Hey everybody, welcome to another Bite-Sized Branding, where we cover off a topic in branding in 5 minutes or less. My name is Bernard from Lucidity, and I'm here with Grant.
Hi guys, my name is Grant Tom. I'm a head fire starter and business growth is my passion.
That is awesome. I like that. That's one of our key identifiers. We're all about growth in business and building that brand. Which brings us into a great topic today. This is going to be a two-part video all about brand and culture.
Okay.
So what we mean by that is, what is the importance of rolling out your brand and instilling that into the culture of the people that essentially then represent that brand? So I'm going to kick it back to Grant to start this baby off. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, let's hit the clock.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so basically, Bernard, I think that when it comes to starting a brand off, it's about the process and the value. And I think what's important is that a lot of people see their brand as a badge. But at the end of the day, when people join an organization, I don't think they take the time to create a proper induction with the view to give the history, the traditions, the value, and the propositions of what that business stands for, with the view that you need to live by, excel, service, and deliver according to the passions of what the business was originally started. I think it's very important. I also feel strongly about vision and mission need to be doing words more than action words. They mustn't just tell you this is what we do. These are things that we should be living by. And I think that's one of the things that misses a lot, is that when you join an organization, we don't really describe or teach a colleague about the value of the mission and the vision of a particular business. But I think what's important is that if everyone in the organization was living the brand and servicing to the value of what it was initially intended for, I think what would make it incredible is the fact that that will grow so much more when you have a whole team of people coming together. I've got an example, but I'd like to hear from you as well.
Yeah, sure. I'm looking forward to hearing that. I completely agree. We always kind of describe brands as an experience, right? And
Yeah.
experience needs to be instilled in much more than just, oh, here's a nice letterhead and there's the logo again. That's good. Okay, send that one out to the client. It's about the culture. The culture is so important. How does that experience transition into the actions of the people, the love and passion of the people inside the brand? And then how does that then transpire into the people outside the brand? And every touch point your people have is a representation of that brand, is a representation of that culture.
Yeah.
So if you're not instilling that, if you're not imparting that, if that's not becoming ingrained into the heartbeat, the pulse of the business,
Yeah.
then what does your business actually mean? What does it actually stand for outside of the realm of your cubicle, your office,
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So let me come with my example.
Yeah.
It's been known fact that most sports teams are more profitable and brand orientated than most corporate businesses. And yet you shout for your sports team, you will wear the clothing,
Yep.
you will shout to each other with the view to make the right choices to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we in corporate space not do the same?
Yeah.
Follow the same processes, the same passion, wear the badge, and really get taught as to the value that the entity is about. I thought it was a good similarity in the sense that why is a sports team more successful than a corporate business?
But I think that's a perfect kind of definition and representation. And there are, a couple brands that you could probably key into that. Like,
Yes.
you look at the Google culture, you look at the Apple culture, even an Australian brand like Atlassian. Look at the Atlassian culture.
Oh, what an incredible company.
Amazing, right? I had a friend of mine that started there. She actually received an onboarding package that was delivered to her house with a little mug and a pair of socks and a pair of sunglasses, a little notepad, everything branded, instructions on how to onboard herself, get into the system and the platform. You don't see that very often. Imagine the feeling that she got just opening and receiving that box. And for the company, what a nominal thing in the grand scheme of things to do for their team.
Correct.
But what it did is it created that team culture. She walked in already feeling like she belonged.
Yeah.
And that's what you feel when you go and see a sports team. Even when you sit next to somebody in a different sports team, you're still there rallying for the sport, for the culture of sporting culture. And that's a huge part of creating or personifying that brand and culture piece.
But I think it's the passion of a sports fan is what you really want to transpire into the sense of where corporate business is going, especially digital businesses. The people are starting to live by their brand. You know, when you talk and say, hey, let's Skype later today, we are actually using a brand name in a sentence. That ultimately means it's a compliment rather than, hey, let's just get onto a telephonic device on our computer later. It just doesn't sound the same.
Yeah, and I think you actually keyed it up really well. There are a lot of brands that actually have transpired into phrases, into cultural pieces. Kleenex, for example, is a brand, not a product. Hoover is a brand, right? There are a lot of brands who have made this transition, and I even remember buying our first Hoover, and in our family we were like, "Oh my God, do you have a Hoover? This is amazing." These.
Well, I'm going to use my Tesla later today.
Yeah. But yeah, it's 100% right. That team culture and buying into that team culture with the level of passion. And if you don't believe in your brand to be something that is energetic, then I can guarantee neither will your people. Awesome.
I thought I'll compliment you with a bell ring as well.
Thank you. Awesome. Did you want to say any last words to round that one off?
I think that right now I'm just trying to stop this thing. All right, last words are that I'm looking forward to part 2 because I don't think we've even covered nearly what the essence of the subject matter is all about.
We just highlighted the top. It was a definition.
A definition, but I think what we did unspell is that if people can be passionate about a sports team, then employees should have the same amount of passion for corporate companies. And I think it's a way that you get inducted is the first step to building brand pride and value for customer experience.
Yeah, I love that, brand pride. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Grant. Again, like always, guys, please leave your questions, comments, feedback, especially your questions. We're looking to hear from you guys to take your insights and turn them into some really deep explorations into branding and culture. So feel free to leave your comments. We're looking forward to connecting, and we will talk to you all soon.
Well, next time, what I think is important is for people to share with us different dimensions of ideas. So that we can also just take another perspective. It's not about what you're thinking and what I'm thinking. It's just these are our experiences and how we are just reacting to it right now. But I think that there's a Rubik's Cube of branding solutions out there. That means a million opportunities. So share with us, give us some topics. Let's unbundle it.